One day, you will look around and realize that some of the people who helped you become who you are today are no longer beside you. Some left, some changed, some moved away, and some are still there, but you became too busy to notice them. So before you get too successful, before you become too busy, before life gets so loud that you forget where you came from, never forget these 6 people in your life. The person who believed in you when you doubted yourself. The person who helped you when they had almost nothing to give. The person who corrected you when you were going the wrong way. The person who stood beside you when everyone else walked away. The person who sacrificed something so you could have something better. And the person who showed you what you never want to become. Some people enter your life as blessings. Some enter as lessons. But both can change your life. And sometimes, the greatest mistake you can make is remembering people only when you need them. So today, I want you to think carefully, because one of these 6 people may be in your life right now, and you may not realize how valuable they are. Never forget the person who believed in you when you had nothing to prove. When you were struggling, they still saw something in you. When you failed, they didn't call you a failure. When everybody said you can't do it, they said keep going. That person is special. Because believing in someone when everything is going well is easy. But believing in someone when they are struggling, that's different. Maybe it was your mother, maybe your father, maybe a friend, maybe a teacher, maybe someone who simply said one sentence that changed the way you saw yourself. You may not even remember the exact words they said, but you remember how they made you feel. They made you feel like you were capable. They made you feel like your story wasn't over. And sometimes, that's all someone needs. One person who says, I believe you can do this. So if someone believed in you when you were at your lowest, don't forget them when you reach your highest. Success should never make you forget the people who encouraged you before success had a name. Because when you finally reach the place you dreamed about, look back. Remember who was cheering for you when nobody was watching. And if that person is still alive, call them, send them a message, tell them thank you. Don't wait until you lose them to realize how important they were. Never forget the person who helped you when they didn't have much themselves. This person didn't help you because they were rich. They helped because they cared. Maybe they gave you money when you were struggling. Maybe they gave you food. Maybe they gave you a place to stay. Maybe they gave you their time. Maybe they simply listened when you had nobody to talk to. Sometimes help doesn't look like money. Sometimes help is a phone call. Sometimes help is someone saying, don't worry, we'll figure it out. Think about that. When you had nothing to offer them, they still gave something to you. That's real kindness, and you should never forget it, because there are people who will stand beside you when you are successful. But the person who stands beside you when you are struggling, that person deserves a special place in your heart. And here's something important. When you become successful, don't suddenly become too important for the people who helped you when you were struggling. Don't change your phone number and forget everyone. Don't become so busy that you can't answer the people who once answered your calls. Don't let money change your memory, because success is not just about what you gain, it's also about who you remember. If someone helped you when you were down, one day, when you have the ability to help someone else, become that person for somebody. That's how kindness continues. Someone helped you. You survived, you grew, and now you can help someone else survive. That's a beautiful way to live. Never forget the person who told you the truth when you didn't want to hear it. This person may have made you angry. You may have argued with them. You may have even walked away from them. But later, you realize they were right. Not everyone who corrects you hates you. Sometimes, the person who tells you the truth loves you enough to risk making you angry. Think about it. A fake friend will watch you make the same mistake again and again. A real friend may say, "You're going the wrong way." A fake friend may celebrate your bad decisions. A real friend may challenge you. A fake friend may tell you what you want to hear. A real friend may tell you what you need to hear. That's why you need people around you who are not afraid to correct you. Because if everyone around you agrees with everything you do, you may never see your own mistakes. And here's the uncomfortable truth. Sometimes you don't need another person telling you that you're right. You need someone brave enough to tell you that you're wrong. You need someone who can say, "You're wasting your time. You're treating people badly. You're making excuses. You need to grow. You're capable of more." That person may frustrate you, but they may also help save you from years of mistakes. So don't hate everyone who corrects you. Learn to listen. You don't have to accept every criticism, but don't reject every correction either. Sometimes wisdom arrives in a sentence you don't want to hear, and one day you may look back and realize the person who challenged me was actually helping me. Never forget them. Never forget the person who stayed. Life will introduce you to many people. Some will stay for a season. Some will stay for a reason. Some will stay only when things are easy, but there are a few people who stay when life gets difficult. When you're struggling, when you're confused, when you're not at your best, when you have nothing exciting to offer. They don't disappear, they stay. That's powerful. Because anybody can celebrate you when you're winning. But who stays when you're losing? Who checks on you when you stop posting? Who asks if you're okay when you say I'm fine? Who sits with you when you don't know what to say? Those people are rare. Don't take them for granted. Sometimes we spend too much time chasing people who don't care about us, while ignoring the people who already do. We want attention from strangers, while neglecting the people who have been there for years. We want people to notice us, while forgetting to notice the people who love us. Don't make that mistake. If someone has consistently shown up for you, show up for them too. If someone remembers you, remember them. If someone checks on you, check on them. Relationships are not built only through words, they're built through actions. And sometimes the greatest gift you can give someone is simply being there. So never forget the person who stayed. Because when life gets difficult, you discover who really belongs in your corner. This one may hit differently. Never forget the person who sacrificed something so you could have something better. Maybe someone worked harder so you could have an opportunity. Maybe someone gave up their comfort so you could have comfort. Maybe someone delayed their own dreams so you could chase yours. Maybe they sacrificed time, money, sleep, opportunities, peace, or simply their own happiness for a while, so you could move forward. You may not have understood it when you were younger, but as you grow older, you begin to understand something. Everything someone does for you has a cost. Sometimes the person who loves you doesn't tell you what they sacrificed. They simply give, and you receive. That's why gratitude matters. You may not be able to repay everything. You may never be able to give back exactly what someone gave you, but you can appreciate it. You can make their sacrifice meaningful. If someone sacrificed so you could receive an education, take your education seriously. If someone sacrificed so you could have opportunities, use those opportunities wisely. If someone believed in you, don't waste the life they helped you build. And if you're blessed enough to become successful, don't use your success to look down on the people who sacrificed for you. Use it to lift them. Because one of the most beautiful things in life is being able to say, "You helped me get here, and I haven't forgotten." Imagine how powerful those words can be to someone who spent years helping you. Sometimes people don't want money. They want to know their sacrifice mattered. They want to know you remember. They want to know you became the person they hoped you would become. So never forget the people who sacrificed for you. Their sacrifices may be part of the reason you are standing where you are today. Now this one is different. Never forget the person who taught you a lesson through their behavior. Not everyone who enters your life comes to stay. Some come to teach you. Maybe someone betrayed your trust. Maybe someone treated you badly. Maybe someone showed you what dishonesty looks like. Maybe someone made promises and never kept them. Maybe someone showed you what happens when a person refuses to grow. You don't have to hate these people. You don't have to carry anger forever. But you can learn from what happened. Sometimes the strongest lesson comes from seeing exactly what you don't want to become. You can say, "I will never treat people like that. I will never forget the people who helped me. I will never let money make me arrogant. I will never become too proud to apologize. I will never stop learning. I will never forget where I came from." That's growth. Because your past doesn't have to control your future. You can take the lesson and leave the pain behind. Some people teach you through love. Others teach you through disappointment. But if you learn from both, you become wiser. So don't spend your entire life asking, "Why did this person hurt me?" Sometimes the better question is, "What did this experience teach me?" Because every experience can become a lesson if you're willing to learn. The bigger lesson. Now let's bring everything together. Never forget the person who believed in you. Never forget the person who helped you when you had little. Never forget the person who corrected you. Never forget the person who stayed. Never forget the person who sacrificed for you. And never forget the person who taught you what you don't want to become. because your life is not built by you alone. There are people behind your story, people who opened doors, people who gave advice, people who prayed for you, people who encouraged you, people who challenged you, people who stood beside you, and even people who hurt you, because they taught you lessons you may never have learned otherwise. So as you chase success, remember people. As you build your future, remember people. As your life gets better, remember people. Because the goal isn't just to become successful. The goal is to become someone who is still grateful after becoming successful. One day, your life will change. You will have new opportunities, new friends, new responsibilities, maybe more money, maybe more success, maybe more people will know your name. But please, don't let success erase your memory. Remember who believed in you. Remember who helped you. Remember who corrected you. Remember who stayed. Remember who sacrificed. And remember the lessons that made you stronger. Because at the end of the day, people may forget how much money you made. They may forget the car you drove. They may forget the house you lived in. But they will remember how you treated them. So while you're building your future, don't forget the people who helped build you. And if there's someone you thought about during this video, don't just think about them. Reach out, send the message, make the call, say thank you, tell them you appreciate them. Because sometimes, the people we assume will always be there, won't always be there. Don't wait until tomorrow to appreciate someone you can appreciate today. And remember this, success is not only about reaching the top, it's about remembering who helped you climb. Never forget them, never take them for granted, and never become so successful that you forget where you came from.